I want to come outside and finish, well, trying to get this started. The apron, you see? That's what's called embroidered finest, because I have to do a lot. In the beginning, I started doing a lot of sewing when I was younger. And I have a lot of sewing experience to do a lot of sewing techniques with my hands. So this apron got stained with oil, okay? And oil is very hard to come off on white. And so I had to leave it on. You can see it, like you see it in the light. You see it? You see it right there on top? You can see a little bit light yellow. You see it? It's like bouncing off on the top right here on the sun. And then you use your visual eye, you can see it. But then you see it white, but it's not. It has a little bit stain of yellowish hitting it on the apron. And I'm gonna make some pockets, and I'm gonna make a pocket up in the front, and some pockets to put my hands in, and a couple boxes of pockets, so I could carry some tools maybe. Let's do it. Let's finish it. Maybe for a kitchen or for barbering. You could be a cosmetologist and you can put this apron on. So make one. They sell them at Walmart. The um the cartoons. The cartoons. Oh, these are Nintendo PlayStation. PlayStation. It's a PlayStation. That's right. PlayStation. My brothers and sisters. Okay, so we're gonna put Mario in Da Vinci. Mario. I like him. He does that. He does it. Mario. And the other one, he goes. The other one goes, Da Vinci. Or something. He goes, Da Vinci, or something like that. I forgot his line. That's what it is. They're cool. They're cartoons. I call them cartoons. But we're remember I cut a piece and put it there. I measured it and I'm just putting it on the top, which is already like this. You see, it had a piece there. So all I did is traced it. I traced a piece of napkin, a fabric, and just sew it on the edges. Okay, and it takes time. And right now, when I'm done with this one, let me see if I could do some pockets before the day finishes. I don't know. My daughter. I was talking about my daughter earlier. I was thinking about her. Maggie, when she was a little girl, she didn't like to share her mom. She wanted me all to herself because I'm her mommy. And I have a mommy too. And I'll be like, Mama, mommy. I'll be like, Mommy, mommy, all the time. That's my mother, you know. We have cariño to call our mom certain things, you know. And I had a rough time with my mother too. I've been, kicked out. I've been in a situation where it's been really rough because I wouldn't listen to the rules of the house, you know. And I did a lot of going out, and I did a lot of drinking. I did a lot of smoking, which I still do a little bit, not too often. But smoking, like stuff that I wasn't be smoking, and smoking cigarettes and secondhand smoke and all that shit, right? So my mom doesn't like it that much because my mom is not a user. She never was a user, never been a user. She only smoked cigarettes when she was younger, but not a lot. It's just, okay, I'm done. She just don't smoke. When she was young, she smoked the most of a cigarette, but even that, she don't even like that shit either. My mom, she doesn't like it. She gave that shit up real fast. She just don't like smoking like, at all. And my mom had other type of which one? What's the needle? My mom had her own use, it wasn't drugs, so just drinking a lot. But, you know, thank God, not thank God, but my mom gave up a long time ago. She gave that shit up a long time ago. Okay? She gave that shit up a long time ago. So we're gonna get some string. I got it gray. You could use white. I mean, you could use white yarn. I mean, white string, or you could use gray string. Gray string. It's almost lighter to white, so that's why I'm using light gray. See, so it could look like white yarn light, but it's light gray because it's white the fabric. So, yeah. My mom and my dad made dresses. Okay, my mom is a madame. Okay, I used to use the overlap, and my mom used to do the regular sewing machine with the one um, with the one um, with the one sewing nozzle that goes through fabric. Okay, and I used to help my mom sometimes get work for her, so she could be um, a consistent employee for sewing pillows and making pillows. And my mom, before she gave me get started, my mom was a piñata maker. So my mom made a lot of piñatas for people she had clients for, and she made piñatas with her hands, and I helped her make piñatas, big piñatas, homemade piñatas. And my teacher, Miss Bank, came to my house one time, and she seen little piñatas hanging on my mom's kitchen, little small piñatas. And my teacher, she's like, Miss Banks, she's like, what are that hanging on the? She's like, what is that? What is that hanging in her house? And I was like, it's piñatas. And she came to drop me off at school to make sure, because it was late night activities we were doing for a painting. And she seen like, oh, I see where you get your creativity from your mother. I'm like, yeah. So she gave me a boost of mine. Like, you know what? Like, that's true. Like, why are we so creative with our hands? My mom's creative. She knows how to piñata. And sometimes it's like it has to do with genetically born with a gift, from your family. There's something gifted within us through our family, that we have a gift. Like one will read so much, the other one know how to play double judge, another one knows how to jump rope, another one knows how to be on a swing, and the other one knows how we all have our little gifts. Okay, we're gonna finish sewing right here. There's always something inside of us that we have a gift that we do that other people don't do. So my mom made piñatas, and I helped her. And my mom is a madame, and I'm her daughter. And I know how to use the overlap. And I think about, I didn't work like an overlap labor. Now it's just against the law now to be, having kids working labor if they're not up to age, because that is a fine here in the United States. Kids are not supposed to be working out there. They give you fines for all that. And my daughter used to sell candies, but we didn't do it too often because I know there's a fine. But sometimes you're in need to hustle. And hustle is don't take it too lightly. Hustle is a very hard word to understand, because hustle means that do something that will benefit you but not get you in trouble. So you check in and you check out. And it don't have to be with drugs. As long as it's not with drugs, it's something like maybe selling some bread on the street, or selling some fruits, or selling tacos, or selling flowers, all that. Okay, because children are supposed to not be out there selling with it's a fine. Because I seen it in an office in Skid Row. I was over in Skid Row, and I seen it over in the office, and there's a fine of underage kids working as a employee out in the world. But back then, my mom, when I worked for her, I helped her, not work for her. I helped my mom, because I'll do it for like 1 day or 2 days, one day, because I'm lazy. Because that's all I take is we'll stay up today in the night and then drop it off the next day or something. But I don't stay up because I like staying up and drinking coffee and drinking pan dulce with my mom. We're up and we're having conversation. My mom bakes some cake for us, or we eat or something, like, some nice things. Because I wouldn't stay up and just work. My mom made it interesting. We made it. We were like always bonding, my mom, and we're out there like, come on, Didi, do the overlap. Okay, okay. So we're going like this, and we just want to learn how to sew with the machine. And I know how to use the one nozzle now. My sister does too. Ruby's doing, I heard she's making dresses. She's learning. She's learning and she's skilled, okay? My sister Ruby. I look up to her too. She's very talented. Because I used to make Barbie clothes with her when I was younger. We played together, and she is a fashion I is too. Sometimes, like, say for example, I think Ruby, my sister, she's good at crocheting, okay? Just like me, believe it or not. And yeah, she is. Because I couldn't do a blanket. She knows how the story went down. I couldn't do a blanket. And she could, because I can't even do a chancla. I couldn't even do a chancla. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. And I want to learn. And Ruby kept doing it. She got it real fast. And I was like, God damn, Ruby's so smart, And that's my little sister, okay? And I was like, wow, she's so smart. I want to learn. So for me, it was slower for me to learn than for my sister Ruby. Ruby was a fast learner in learning that really fast. And she picked up on it really good. But sometimes God knows how to straighten certain things in life so you could learn how to crochet. Um, I know how to do fabric too because me and her play together, so she knows how we were. I know how she knows because I tell her how to sew clothes, and she know how to sew too. Because I used to go like this, and she would do okay, and so she'll do it like that. But she advanced very, very strongly. I go into detailing, and she's seen that, and she's good at sewing. And I used to think maybe in crocheting is for her and fabric is more for me, but no. We both are good at both things, in crocheting and fabric, and fashion too, because we used to play together, and we used to always be together, Ruby and I. Yeah, and Ruby's very talented and gifted with her hands, just like me. And we just work differently. We work differently, and we work a little bit differently now. But the only thing we take differently is our artistic way of ideas on the fabric or on the thing. I love her dearly, but there's certain okay. Sometimes there's always problems in family, and when you get kicked out and stuff like that, and you don't do what your mom and dad is telling you in their household. Imagine being on your own and you have rules and regulations, and then they go and do the same thing what you did when you were younger. It's like all that backfired on you. You know, just like that. But, okay, and it's like for work. So we're gonna put a pocket right here. Okay, they usually put a square. Okay, so we're gonna put a square, and then we're gonna split it. Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to get another piece. This time I know I shouldn't get this color, but we're gonna go with it because that's the reason why I have it. Okay. We're gonna get this fabric. Mickey Mouse. Minnie. This is Minnie Mouse. We're gonna get Minnie Mouse, and we're gonna fold it like this. Okay. And we're gonna cut half of the fabric. Okay. We're gonna move this way over there with that. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my needle. This is what I do. I pinch it and put that there, and then there. Make sure that fall off. Let me take this off. I know. Okay. This. Okay. cut that. And if I make this, these are all called these are called um special orders. These are called special orders. Okay? Because okay. And then we're gonna get Louis. His name Luigi. Luigi. Mario. Ha 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 ha. We're gonna Luigi. That's his name. Luigi. I like when they do that. They're Hispanic cartoons, I think. Cause they're funny. When they play, have you ever played PlayStation? You gotta play PlayStation, man. PlayStation is bad. I only pass certain games. I don't like Resident Evil. Fuck that shit. I don't play Resident Evil. Nah, my brother does. Nah, I don't like when the remote moves like that. You know, you play with the remote, go do. Nah, nigga, nah. Bye. Go away. I'm like, goodbye. And then the Da Vinci, I guess I like Mario and Da Vinci. Look, we're okay. We're gonna get this apron. We're gonna push this back. There's some room. Hi, and we're gonna put this here. Okay. Okay. Let me do this right. Move this here. I should have done this in the morning. I forgot I had a table back out here. Except for over there. Inside the house because it's so hot. Okay. Okay, now we have room. I used to make Barbies and all like that. My mom, I didn't finish telling you guys. My mom used to make dresses too before she made piñatas with my dad. She made dresses, little girl dresses, and they used to go on a van and sell these dresses in downtown together to make something for us when we were younger. It was a long time ago when they owned a house, you know, a house that they still own houses, but a house that they grew up in Highland Park. I grew up in Highland Park because that's where I came from projects when I was like 2, and my broken ass scissors. Okay. Cut. Oh, there it is. It was in the wrong way. My mom has some dull scissors in there, but I'm not gonna use them because those are my mom's, and this is the one that I found, and I'm borrowing them because they're not mine either. Okay, we're gonna save fabric. Okay, so we're gonna put those there, and then there's this, and then there's this. Okay. So how big of a pocket I want it to be. Bring it down. You can use it. Oh, okay. We could do it in this angle. We sew it here and sew it here and then sew it here, like that. And this will be a big pocket inside. You can put your money in there. You can put your phone in there. You can put anything you want to put in there. Your scissors and everything. Now here's another way. 2 designs, okay? Here like that. Okay. Now this is a different design. Now this one will give me more management of manageable thinking of what else I could do with this pattern. Besides being in this pattern, we're gonna start sewing from here to here. But before we get started, these two have to be sewed in together and flat. Okay? So we're gonna have to sew this together in the edges here, so it could flap over. Now you could leave it open, could leave all this open, and leave it, and then you sew here to here and here to here. Okay? But if you want 2 spaces, okay, 2 spaces in the bundle, now we can advance this design even more. You could sew it here in the middle, where it's already sewed, but you sew it here, here to here again on the apron, tight, right to here, and then now you have 2 pockets. But if you want faux, you're gonna have to cut this square into 4 pieces. Now it complicates things a little bit because now you have 4 pieces. Now you have one here going down here, start here, the first piece, then you sew here and then here. Or sew here to here, all the way here, sewed here to here, all the way here, but the flap here is open. So there's a lot of varieties of ideas how to work with this this design. Okay, so that's what I'm going for, something like that. I can make it go like this way. Okay, now here's this way. Okay, now if you really want to go into advanced crafting, and instead of having 2 patterns, okay, they could go into more detailing and more advanced. Now I could grab another one. Now I already cut My Little Pony. Okay, here's a piece. Okay. Now overlapping it, just make alone a design just like that. Okay, say for example, step up and look. I just laid it just like that. Now I could go here and design a design here, here to here, and then here to here, and here to here, and maybe a real sewing real sewing fold here to here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to sew it like this. Okay, now that'll be considered a design, but it looks not appealing, not attractive. So if I sew it, I have to sew it inward, just like that. Okay, looks appealing, more professional done. But so if I sew it here to here, here to here, and here to here, you have a flap here, an interest flap. Now it could be your money flap. Okay, you can put it, and you can put your money flap in there, and put your money in there, in the whole pocket of this flap. Okay, so it will be overlapping this here, and you sew it here to here, here to here, here to here, and these are pockets of your equipment. Okay, that's another design. And here's another one. Okay, now I have a bigger one that has more material. I could cut this material. Okay, now if you put too much going on like that, and it's just a square and there's nothing, just like this alone, it looks good. Looks good. But you could go in and add in patches at the bottom because you have more space at the bottom. You could put like a heart patch here with a big pocket, a big heart patch. You could go a big heart patch here, right here, down here again. And then you go with another heart patch here. That going into freestyling, and then you're going to have to go in with more designs on it. Now, I'll go into freestyling more into that detailing with originals printouts with my own hand, where I go in and draw like a little flower here, a little design here, my name here, Didi Styles, and then I go here with another design here with a flower and Didi Styles, or I put PlayStation, cartoons, spelled out cartoon with embroidery, sketching with a needle and a thread. And that goes into detailing more than you're supposed to. But we could do all that and it will look appealing, it will look professionally done by me. And then now we have this right here. See how this part right here has a part? This one is My Little Pony here. I could go in and put My Little Pony here at this bottom part and put all my Little Pony there so it could be even out. And then we go and put My Little Pony, and then we put this. And instead of using this on Mario, we're going to use maybe Minnie Mouse and the other one and put patches if we want. But because there's so much color going on and so powerful, it looks good just like that. Some people will look like this pattern, or they like this pattern. This is like, remember I was singing the song, just like my capes. Okay, in the Barbie industry, there is people who do barbering and do cosmetology, and they go into soloism entrepreneurs, and they go into franchising and companies, and they advance very not employee anymore. They can become bosses of their own company. And it go into more detailing of licenses and all that. You go through City Hall for all that. There is approval, but you got to have a script written down of approval. It has to be like an essay written, what you're going to do behind your business before you get your license. So all that, it costs money, time, and precision to make line to get your ticket number. You go and get in line, and you go and get uh, uh, application. You put it in, you fill it out, you see the price of it, what they need from you, and you go and put it in. And you got to go through other offices and other companies. Like, say, for example, there is a list here. Okay. Say, for example, there's a list here. And there's a list here in this paper that the company of the City Hall has for you. And then all the requirements here. And it tells you, okay, you got to go through this license to California ID yourself in order for you to see if you're a citizen of your business. And then there's another one, the Law Enforcement Safety Procedure Office. You're going to have to show that you have insurance for your business behind, just in case you have a burn hydrant in your business, and then you have to pay a fee for that insurance to back up your license for your business. And then there's the other one, which is the business where there is the license of what you call it. Oh, if it's a vending booth, or is it a food catering business? So that's two. If it's a food catering business and you're selling food, it's a whole different type of office that you have to go for that type of business license. But if you are a vending booth vendor like you need permits for that. But you also need permits for tax something, ID yourself, identify yourself that you have citizens here to have a business for a vote, that you have qualifications of paperwork. That ticket is that they give you a ticket, and they're going to give you that ticket. It's your license ticket, so it has a vehicle number on it. So when you go in and they have their number, a vehicle number of your license, a police pass by, or a citizen pass by, and they're like say, oh, we're gonna sue you, and they're gonna come and destroy your stuff. They can't do that. You call 911, and they come in and remove them, so you won't have any problem with the authorities while you have your business, because you have a license to be there at that part. But you also got to find location that lets you have permission to sell your vending booth at that location. That's what they have events. So these events will be like 10 times. 10 times is a website where you could go where they have events there. And so there is other places in the Los Angeles district where they have vending booth events for crocheters and for people who do things like this. Get in loop, get in rope, get in time in lines for these events. So get in connected with these people so you could have vending parties and vending events to be having a good time selling your stuff at these events. Okay, it's like a circus event. It's like going to a parade. We all gonna have to go and go get money. We have to have money to go to a parade. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta. Like they have events like for food and vegetables. That's farmer. That's farmer. That's farmer. What is it? Farmer John's. Those are farmer. No, those events are different. Those are called. Okay, those are for Those are good food. Good foods. Good food. Those are vegetables and health. They say I don't like to say low income, but it's for varieties of people who are living in the neighborhood who need a deal on vegetables, fruits, apples, pear, cherry, blueberries, pineapple, carrot, celery, kale, banana bread, vegan banana bread, organic banana bread. We got pecans banana bread. We got walnuts, pecan, okay, all that. So look, so this and that. So we're gonna go here and this and some cashew and all those nuts, almond nuts. Oh, honey, you know I'll be one of them there. I'll be in there going, oh, I need that vegetable right there. For real. So like we're gonna sew here. I want this one. I want this long one. So this long one, I'm gonna sew it here to here. Okay. It's getting dark. Should I be out here? You think the light will support? I'm gonna bring it down. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna get this. I get all excited. Okay. Let me see. Where's my Let me take my time. You know I'll be there. Shit. I'll be all up in there. Farmer market. There you go. It's called farmer markets. Farmer markets is a small community alley parade out in the street. They put themselves there, and it's not for low income. It's for everybody. People think it's for low income that we can't get those food. We can't go in there because no, anybody could come in and purchase from them, even cash. Okay, because they take cash and they take all kinds of credit cards and payments and stuff like that, and I think they even do tap. So I'm not sure if they're doing tap. So my needle is on me. So I'm gonna take this one, put this here. So you gotta remember where you left your needle. Okay, take that string off. Grab this one. Now I stand over here near the light, closest to me. Okay, right here. We go over here. There's light over here. Okay. So I turn the needle. I'm a close eyes person. I'll explain this to you about needles. Okay, skin. Okay. Now there's different type of needles. I am using a professional needle. Okay. This professional needle has a hook on top. Okay. A hook. There is a way and a technique how to use this hook needle. Now the hook needle is to secure your yarn in place so it won't loosen and it will stay strong and straight. But because I don't use it that much, but I know how to use it, there is a technique to loop this yarn. Look, see if it shows. It has like a little hook on top, like a little split, a hook split. That's why I call it a hook split. You can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so this is gold. Any gold needle is good. Gold needle, let me tell you. Okay, this is a silver looking needle, but this silver looking needle has a little tint of gold right here. Not real gold. It's just a little bit of gold metallist on it, silverness on it. It's not really gold, but it's like painted onto it. It's just like a almost like a plat. Gold plat mixed with a little bit of iron and not iron, stupid, silver and a little bit of tint. It's like a colored tint of silver. Like if it's silver, they put a little bit of color of gold tint. so it can make that tint on the needle at the end of the loop under the needle. You could use a regular needle if you have a regular needle. You don't have to use these, but if you come across one that has like a little gold tint at the edge, those are really good needles. Okay, they last you longer and they won't break on you compared to one that don't have it. But they're all good. Okay, I use them all. Don't matter if they have a gold tint, but I always look for one of these because some of these stores, they sell some needles with a little gold tint, and if you get lucky, you get lucky with one of these good ones, okay? And it could be real cheap off those cheap ones that needles that are in there, and then you come across some sections that have this, and you be like, oh yeah, let's get these. Those are good needles. Okay, and it could cost $1, $2 a pack, and you come up with a lot of these little gold needles at the end. That's why a lot of people don't get them because they're ugly because they have a little split on top. But there's a way how to put it in. The only way you're gonna do it is you go, instead of putting the needle into the circle and out, going concave out, you actually get the yarn and you go downward into the yarn and pull out. And then the yarn is on top, inside concave, in, and it's a different hold of the yarn. So that's 2 techniques of yarning with a needle. So that's how you use this needle. So we're gonna get this fabric. Now they both have to be on the empty dull blur slide, where is the original, the design is on here, the dark, the printed side. So we fold that and put that here. So we're gonna put this here. And put this here. Now this is the way I taught Ruby how to sew. What I didn't teach her, but I was telling her this is how I do it. Okay, and she watched me when we do this, so she's good at. She does it different now, maybe, but it's like this. Okay, we go like this, right here, like this, and then go here. It's the easiest way how to sew. It's I call it the lazy yarning, the lazy sewing. Why? Is because this is the basic sewing. Okay. But don't worry. We're going to make this sewing not a lazy sewing. I'm going to teach you how to make this sewing stronger. Okay. So here. Pull. Keep pulling. Make sure it's tight from the end. When they're not, it's tight. And then we're going to get here. I'm probably going to go get a chair. Because it's fresher out here. You guys can see me, right? Yeah, I don't think you guys can. I'm going to move my, I have a chair. I have a chair right there. Move this stuff. Okay. We're going to move this out the way. Okay. We already have the design there. The chair is here. I'm going to turn this. Bring this camera. Drink my soda. Okay. Put that there. Okay. There's a barbecue pit right there. We could do some kind of salad. Okay. My sister is good at doing things on her own. But we here, for me and my sister, when we're little kids, we always, we always want to compete with each other. I don't know why. But sometimes we don't. Not all kids, not all of us want to compete. But because I'm an Aries, I hear that Aries want to compete all the time. Aries, fire signs. And there's Leo and there's Taurus. So excuse me. A Taurus is not a fire sign. True. There's a Leo and what else is a fire sign? Just Leo and some other sign that are a fire sign for that. Okay, put that there. Like that. So we're going to go back. So from here where you started, you're gonna have to go here and go back. Okay, so now you're gonna hit the spots where there a space. So you go there and you go here and then here, sew here, and then go here where there's space. Where the space is at, you sew in between the gap. Okay, you still have yarn and you just keep doing this. Okay. Ugh. Here and then here. Get this here. Okay. Now I could go real detailed to this design. I can make a triangle. Okay. And I can make a design of a triangle. I used to do that on my pillows. And go real detailing with triangle pillows. And make a little small little pillow. Okay. Right there. And then we're gonna go back again. Okay. This is considered securing a very strong edge on the fabric when you're sewing. It's like having a machine pass through it, but with just your hands. Okay. So it won't open. So you can make a dress, a whole dress, put together by doing this technique. It's going to take time, but the dress could be put together with your hands without using a sewing machine. It's just going to take days depending how fast you are doing this. And some people know how to make a whole dress all, okay, all to themselves, just using a needle and a thread and no machinery. Okay, there. That's why I didn't take fashion design in college, because I already was experienced in fashion a little bit because of my mother. Okay, she made a whole Barbie dress in front of me when I was little. And she didn't need no pattern, but yet understand what a dress looked like for our mini size Barbie size. So there it is. Okay, this 3 times. You could do it 4 times if you want, but there you go. It closes. Okay, that's the pocket. Now, my brother gave me a book, and I don't know what happened to it. Damn. I don't know. With that. Okay. All right. Now, this is when it comes, okay, when we have a small yarn, don't take it off if you know it's that long of a length. If it's shorter, like maybe here, maybe if it's here, take it off. If it's here to here, take it off. Because you're gonna just keep going and going and people don't waste yarn. They keep using it and using it, but it's their yarn. It's all how you use your yarn. But because it's still a long yarn, I stop there and I still use it. I leave it long enough so I can still use it. Okay. The counting of the yarning. Okay. We're going to have to fold this way. Okay. Now we're going to go here and here. There. Okay. And then go here, here. Here, here. Okay, here, here. Okay. There. So now we fold this just like that. Okay. Here, 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 here. Okay. I know I was tripping all over that dress. I didn't sew it. Look right here. Here to here. Here to here. You fold. I go really detailed. Okay. And then here to here. Okay. Man, I was having a hard time. I was up doing those pants. I hope I did those cuffs right, man. I don't think I did. I just skeptical that I didn't do a good job on those cuffs. The pants cuff. I lift up. It's because I had an order where this person came in and he wanted his pants a little bit shorter. And I had to measure the size of his cuff of his pants at his ankle to cuff him up. It's called alter sizing or something. It's called alter size. Is it called alter size? Alter sizing? No, it's not called alter sizing. It's called alteration. Okay, they're called alteration and alteration. Authorize. Okay, pull. Okay, and it gets tightened. Okay, I didn't take fashion, but I used to like to go to Trade Tech and go to the section of the fabric where they do fashion at Trade Tech. And my first amazement when they made the Barbie dress tutus, they were all pink. I was amazed. Oh my God, beautiful work. And Trade Tech, they made tutu dresses, pink, purple, light purple, soft pink, light purple, soft pink, light purple, pink, light soft yellow, light soft cream. With these tutus, and dresses are really beautiful, like a Barbie doll, but in an adult size. And oh my God, they were beautiful. I was like, oh my God, how beautiful they were. I wanted to put one on. I was like, oh my God, Jesus, this is so beautiful. I was like, no, oh my God, these are one beautiful section that I like, and I've never seen anybody fashion but that day when they left. I was like, who did this? I was so jelly. But because it was such a beautiful display of butterfly, Barbie dresses, tutu, like soft pink and all these beautiful cuteness to it. And it was such a beautiful collection. I was like, oh my God. And that was the LA Trade Tech. There is a fashion district on LA Trade Tech. There is a fashion district section, and there's the culinary arts, and there's the cosmetologists, and then there's the electives, which is makeup designers elect, and then there was election and selection for that class. There is the dermatological, something for facial. I like dermatological. I like that one. I think I'll go back for dermatological class. It has to do with more spa. It has to do with more facials, more aromatherapy, more health, more rocks, more candles, more relaxation in the face, the arms, the body, the feet, and mind of music soothing, picking the right song for the client because maybe the song is not relaxing for them. You have to have the right song, okay? You got to get the ones that raindrops, and then there's the water one, and then there is the wind one, and then there is the jazz soft music, and then there is the piano, and then there's so many aromatherapy songs that you could put that people want to listen to while they're relaxing, while you're doing rocks, like rock spa meditations. The rocks go here, 1, 2, on the mouth maybe, 3, or on the chin. You put 1, 2, 3, and then you put one on the chest, and then you put one here in between, and then you put one on the belly, and then you just put one on the left leg, and then you put another rock on the right. That is a different type of spa. They could wear undergarments or they could wear a wrap. Now there is a wrap where you come out of shower and it zips or it clips or it has a stickies, just like a Barbie, stickies on the back. You have to put the stickies to make sure the Barbie closes, just like that little sticky, and you wrap it. Men could use this after the shower wrap. So you put it right there, and then they have their bra and they have their undergarments, and all you do is leave on that, and the towels are open or it could be closed. So you could have the towels. You could have the wrapping of the sheets. So you wrap them like a mummy, like a sheet, because I took the class already. And I want to advance myself in those spa masseuse. I like that. Aromatherapy, relaxation. I like the spa steam and all that floats on the face and all that. My chair is a universal chair, the barber chair. It's for that. That's why I got it for. To do spa masseuse on it. All I have to do is lay them back. It lays back. It has 2 bars that you lay back. I shouldn't got the white one. If you got that one, my kudos to you. Okay, so it goes like this. You pull back, and you wrap them up like a mummy, and you could lay them back, and they're laying back, and you could do your spa on your barber universal cosmetologist chair, and that's the one I got. It's 2. It's a unisex chair. I call it a unisex because any unisex that has to do with unisex, it does with cosmetology and barbering. That's why they're called unisex. Okay, cosmetology and barbering both. They specialize in barbering and cosmetology. It's hard to find them because sometimes universal unisex barbershops, shops and cosmetologists, sometimes they're broken in half. Sometimes they have one up in one area, and then they have the other one in another area. It means they specialize in cosmetology and barbering there, and they specialize cosmetology and barbering over there, and mix and divide it into shops, but they're unisex, and they're really hard to find. Anyways, but I know how to find no, it's not. Luigi. I want some soda. My bubble. I said bolu, bole. But it says bole. Yeah, bole. I think I said it right. It says this. Like, see? Now you don't have no material coming out. It's tucked in. The only time it's gonna come out, you could actually, when you're sewing, it's at the end, right? So you could actually fold this and go really detailed into sewing. You could fold this, and if you have a grip and a hold, you could have needles holding your placement. Let's go get them. Come on, I'll show you. Just wait here. I'll be back. Just give me a sec. I'll go get it. Okay, sorry. I went out. Okay, sorry. I went out. Okay, this I have to borrow. Okay. But I gotta give it back. Okay. Now, look, these are the ones are good too. Okay. Then, okay, these are it. Okay. These are little small ones, and these are the needles. These are good needles. Even though they break easily, you gotta be careful, okay? Because these are good, but they're really sharp because they're real thin. So they're good needles, and these are good needles to use. The difference with these needles, and they come with this, a lot of people don't know what these are. Now, these are your for the machine, the sewing machine of the machinery. This is to put it in the hole of your needle. Let's see. Let me show you how it works. These are basic, let me see if I can take it out. These are basic needles, but they're good. Okay. I gotta put them back in. They're really thin, but they're really sharp. Okay. And they break easily too. Now this has a sticker. It has a tape. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get my scissors. I know. Okay. We're gonna go and take out. Okay, let me see. It slides out. Okay, it slides out. Okay, and we're gonna put this back in here. There's no tape there. It's a clip. So you slide it and it clips out. This is it right here. And it has a face. Okay. These are ancient times of the Renaissance, where they did a lot of embroidery in those times. Okay. That's why you see a man there. Okay. This is what they used to do. This is what they used to use when they were young in these old age centuries, using these techniques, using these old-fashioned equipment, tools to sew. Now, this is for a needle. Okay. These needles are really thin. Okay, let's try one. Let me see. With the needle it came with, its needle. Okay. Let's see if it go in. This is supposed to go in here. This needle is to make it thin, or the machinery, okay, is too thin of a needle, okay? So if you try it, it will go in, but you got to find a needle. Oh, here it goes. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Here is a bigger gap, a bigger needle, a needle hole in the back, okay? So we're going to have to take it out. Get my needle, because I don't want the needles to come out. Grab it in a circle and pull up, okay? Now there, just in case you can't get a needle. Now, so this is the needle. It has a bigger hole in it. The longer hole, okay? So this is to put in here. If you can't do the nether thread in there, you push this in there. You hold this, and you get yarn. And you make it into that little hole there that's making you space there. So you get your yarn and put it in there. Through the needle, holding the needle just like this. This is how I'm holding it. And you can see it there. You see it? You're going to put this in through that little hole. Let's do it. I'll give you an example. Okay. Let's get two needles. Why not? Pull on it. I get the measurement because I've been doing okay. Now get your needle that's on your the yarn on your lip, on your mouth. Okay. Okay, pull up so you make sure it's it. Then get your yarn and put it through the hole, the little hole, the gap hole, or the gap of a hole. Enough to see the little hole through the little gap. You see a little gap. And then you put it gives you enough space to see what you're doing. And pull the yarn. Okay, pull the yarn. Okay, just like that. And then get this and pull out your yarn. Okay, pull out your yarn. Pull out to the end of the yarn until the other yarn comes out. There it is. Okay, now you pull it and pull and pull, and that's how you thread your needle onto the needle thread. Okay, so now you have to find your end of the yarn. Put it here, and then hold on until it's at the end of the gap of the. Get it? Let go, and then tie a knot. Okay, like that. Now there's that yarn for that needle. Okay, now if I want to, if I have time, let me see, 1 hour, we can make a little pouch. So my mom don't have a pouch. This is hers. So this is my mom's, because this is my mom's stuff. I like to but I like to borrow her stuff. She even has one right there laying in there. But you put this here, back here, in here, and you put it into place. Okay, on the other side. You put it back in place. It goes on the other side, just like that. The bigger side, I think. No, the other side. Because it has to. Yeah. It even holds it in place. Let me see. Just there. Okay, clip it. Clip it in there. We'll just put it in there, lay in there, and then go and clip it on. Okay, there. That's how you lock it. Okay. So there's that, and then we go. And then we go and put this top here. Okay, put the top there. And then we're gonna put this away. Okay. Now I have my yarn still here on the edge, okay? So we're gonna put this away. People think, oh, it's a lot. She has a lot of equipment to make a whole dress. No. Sometimes, let me tell you how this works. Sometimes, over time, I have buttons here. Sometimes these little small little things, little small things, you be like, damn, like she has all sometimes it has buttons. Some of the little when you buy the package, they come in little small little kit, and sometimes this one has this and this one has that, and this is what my mom does. She gets little kits that help her. Now these little small things right here, they look like needles. They look like needles, and they look like little small ball at the top. These are needle placements, okay? So we're gonna get some needle placement, just a little bit of them, not so many, okay? So let's get some needle placements and put them here, okay? Take them out and put them in. Now, this is how you use the needle placements, okay? So you fold, okay? You fold your Mickey Mouse, how you're gonna fold and sew. So I'm gonna start sewing, okay? First, I'm gonna move my needle over here on this side. Now you're not gonna flap it this way. You're gonna fold a little small flap. You look on this side, a little small flap. And then you go and put a needle placement there, okay? Like that. And then you grab another piece, and now you have another space. You get another needle. Grab it. And put another place. Another needle placement there. Okay, there. And so you get another one, and you place it on the flap, okay, overflapping the edges. Now you go over here on this side, because I used to do fabric with my father. My father was very talented of making clothes for us when we were kids too. My dad's very masseuse himself, because our family, we keep it in the family traditionally about fabric, because they took care of us. I don't like my family don't like when I talk about my family. I don't know why. It's just that they don't like it. My brother Louis, he told me. So I don't talk too much about me, about my family. But I feel like if I hide, you know, something about my family, it's like, what is there to hide, you know? But my family been doing fabric designs, clothing for a very long time. So it holds it in place like that. That's where those spacers are. So we're going to do the same thing on this side, okay? So if you ever had a dream dress that you want to make, and you got a pattern at a magazine, and you want to make a dress out of that pattern magazine, and they come with all these patterns. Yes, I could read the patterns. My mom just recently taught me how to read the patterns. My sister reads it better than I, but it will take me time to actually visualize the patterns. Because if you get a really difficult pattern, the pattern could go real dizzy, and you could go real dizzy on the pattern because there's a lot of parts. So get a simple basic pattern and start off there. And if you could make the dress all handmade, then you could go in advance on difficult patterns, which I need to work on, because my patterns, I like to freestyle my patterns. I get my patterns elsewhere besides magazine pattern. I like to get, like, for example, I like to get a shirt that I had, rip it apart, and use that pattern to get identical pattern of that shirt, because that's what I love so much, is my pattern of my shirt. So if I wanted to get the sweater and I want this sweater, I could take it apart and get this pattern of this sweater and put it together with my hands. Okay. That's why I don't like magazines that much, because it goes into that type of magazine. My mom knows how to read it very rarely. So I say, for example, it's not because I'm dumb, and it's because I'm leaving that to my sister right now, because she is doing a pattern and she knows how to read them because through my mom. So it's like, I don't want to, if I want to, oh, if I want to, I could learn the pattern, learn the patterns, But if I don't want to, I don't force my way of how I do it, and how my sister does it, and how my mom does it. My mom is very talented in that. She knows it very well, my mother. And some people like to compete. And sometimes people are like, oh, well, I know how this. And then people see, oh, well, I learned from her, but I didn't really learn from her, but I learned from her. You know? So it's like people don't give no credit to people who they learn from. And I learned a lot from my mother and my dad. And they both had different type of techniques to do clothing. But my mother learned from my grandmother, who is my Nana from my dad's side. Okay? Let me put that there. And so, we put this here. Oh, I feel like put this here. Put this here. Okay? Put this here. Grab this. You could either side use this side or that side. No, on the other side, okay? We're going to do it on the other side. This is the reason why. I want to show you why. Remember how you're placing the needle, the fold. Remember, I had it this way. Now I have it here. Now I'm checking in on both sides, because I'm going to really detail with this, okay? Tucked in. And I'll put one here. I used too much needle on that side, so I'm going to take that part a little bit off. One here. I know. And in here, another one. Okay, like that. That's enough. Now, that's to hold it in place, okay? Now we can move some of these. If you have enough, just remove it, because it's getting a little, I'm a little bit advanced a little bit. So I go in, and just to have enough needles to use, I'll go back and place them in the place where they're supposed to be. Enough needles means that I have enough needle to do the space back a little bit back to the edge of the fabric, so they could hold in place where I took off the needles. Okay, so we're gonna put that there and put that there. Okay, just like that. Now we're gonna go in and fold this area of this side. Okay, so we're gonna have to go this way, and fold it. Now this is really advanced, okay? So this is really to really make the fabric, like you're sewing the fabric in place where how it's supposed to be when you're sewing. Okay, no, it's the other side. So we're going this way and this is the other side. Not towards in the inward. It's outer folding. Okay. Okay, there. And then we get here, take this out and put it here and let it hold there. Okay. Now here's this, and here's. Okay, here's this, and here's this. Here's this, and here's this. Okay, there. Okay. Okay. Something like that. Okay, there. Okay, like that. So that is your how it's supposed to be placement of needles. Okay. And then you turn it just like that. And it's supposed to look like that. Tucked in all around. Okay. So now we're done there on that section. And we're gonna get these and leave those there, okay? Here's this, and we're gonna put this here. Let me get some soda. All right. I don't want this needle to fly away. We're gonna put it on the hilo. We're gonna put it on the hilo. The yarn. How do you call it? The color the gray the color gray yarn. The color gray string. Sorry, not yarn, string. This is yarn. Okay. This is yarn. Okay. I took these out. These are yarn. Okay. These are two different. There's different type of yarn in here, but this is yarn, and this is string. So, okay, we're gonna move this here. We're gonna get this. Oh, let me see how much charge my phone is, because it probably died on me. I didn't been too long. Okay, no, it's all right. It's been too long. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Okay, we're gonna get this. And this right here. I hope you guys can see this. It's too dark. Is it too dark for you guys? I need light, huh? Let me see if I can find a light. Okay. Oh, let me see. Okay, so if I lose the light, this might take some energy off my phone. So, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Get this right, so we can have light. And so there was light. Okay, there. How's that? Is that good or no? Okay. So I have to charge 2 phones for the days if I'm gonna do something like this at night. Okay. So I'm just it's just I have the light bulb going. Okay, remember where you left it here. You sold here. Okay. And then we're gonna turn this here and put this a little bit down. Those people who there's people who go and sell patterns to us in the shop. Make sure they're in because it could come out loose. Okay. Make sure you don't poke yourself with one of these. So now you're gonna have to place it where you want to place this pattern, the square pattern. Okay, Minnie with Luigi. So we're gonna get a needle and place a needle there. Okay, in the corner. Okay, there. And then we're gonna get this one where the yarn is at. We're gonna put another needle. Okay, and we're gonna lift the fabric. And, okay, there. Placement of the needle. Okay, so it won't move out of place. Okay. And yes, I should have been in the fabric, the fashion design fabric, to learn a lot of stuff. But my dad was a good sewing. My dad sewed and he cut fabric, and my mom sewed and she cut fabric too. So here we get this needle. And this is not, oh, I know more, I know this and that. If we could exchange it, and some people don't like to exchange tips. Okay, it's tips, okay, not tips. And put that there, okay? Put that there in that corner. And now we're gonna put another one here. Okay, lift the fabric, get it, and don't poke yourself when you're doing this, and hold that there. Okay, so now we have it in each corner. Now we're gonna look at it. See? So now you're looking at a barber or a cosmetologist or um, caterer, job apron to keep you away from even a kitchen to wear. And you just go in and tie it just like that. This is only placing it, okay? And you have your thing secure. It could be over here and secure it. Make sure it don't move out of place. It's your pocket, you see? Put this here. Now you could put another one here, placing a needle here in the middle. So when you sew down, it's 2 pockets. Okay. Now you could put your tool here, a clipper there, maybe falling in, let it cool down, and put maybe a scissor here. Okay, with its little safety pin or some clips, or your tip. Okay, or just leave it open, just one big section. Okay, and I could just leave it just the way it is. It looks good. It looks just one big old pocket, or I can sew it in the middle. I go real detailed depending how I want this to be. Now if you want to make an apron for the kitchen, I recommend you put it in the middle. You sew in the middle, and you carry your spoon here. You carry your stencils here, and then now the kitchen, the tools are on you, or a spoon, along a wooden spoon, or a spatula, or a baton of a spatula, and you put them in here, hold, and they hold it for you. So this is just holding how it's in place, okay? So you could always put this on top so they won't move, and then you tie, okay? Or you could just do it in the apron, have this in the back and then tie. So if you do, make sure it's tight enough, long enough, so you are not stepping on the fab the shoelace. So that's just only in place, okay? So now we're gonna get this part of the, okay, and it's only in place, okay? So there's that. So now we're gonna lift the yarn, okay, without getting hurt by the so we're gonna go here. Make sure it doesn't get stuck. Make sure it's your first good, no tangle, okay? It will very look okay, hard to put in first, okay? Remove the safety pin and sew. And this is what machineries do. They have machineries that do apron. Okay. Okay, there. So keep sewing down. Okay. Right there. Okay. Keep sewing. And then we're gonna go here. Okay, there. And then we're gonna get here. Okay. Then we're gonna go here. I don't know what trade check is gonna expect when you sew, but from what I know, you gotta have some type of needlework with your hands. Those are the students that they're looking for. Because what happened if you're in the backstage and your artist needs you to get your basic kit? You gotta have all your basic kit to go backstage and sew the rib costume or entertainment costume dress for you to fix. Ow, don't poke yourself. Okay, so I don't get scared to poke myself because I poked myself before. Now this part is sewed, okay? So now remove the safety pin. Make sure all the safety pins are in the corner. Okay. Yeah, excuse me. That's how it was. Now remove this safety pin and put it here. Okay. Now we're gonna remove this safety pin and we're gonna put it here. Okay. Now we're gonna open this, flap it open, and where it's flap here, we're gonna leave it here. Okay, while we're dropping them. So we won't lose them. And we're gonna move this out the way just in case the fabric is gonna wanna move it. Okay. So now that's in place. Okay, while it's holding your fabric. So here's this. Now here's the bottom part. Now we're gonna lift this fabric and we're gonna move it to here. We're gonna lift the fabric and crunch it a little bit. Okay, go make it close. Let it have the fabric be in your hand. So there you go. Now hold it. Okay. Now you have two here. Okay. Remember where the placements are at. So you go here and here. Okay. And here, here. Here, here. Here to here. Here to here. Okay. There. Okay, like that. Now you sewed here now. Now all you gotta do is where you have the needle, the placement, remove them. Put them there. That's good. And then lift this up and then remove that. Okay? So now we're gonna get this and we're gonna make that remove. Okay? We're gonna move that one too because it's there. Now we're gonna get this. Lift the fabric again. Okay? I like cartoons. I don't know about y'all guys. Because I noticed that cosmetology and barbering, they have eyebrows and they're ugly. They're serious and ugly. They're too serious and plain. And I like cartoons. I like little diamonds. I like little sparkle on my shit, like on my apron. So we're gonna put this here. Put this here and then sew it. Okay, keep sewing it. Keep sewing it across the bottom part. There's no way. There's no moving. There's no just no confusion. It's strong placement for you to sew. Okay, so now stretch it. Now it's getting shoulder and shoulder. So now we have to get this and knot it. Okay, I have experience with small little knots, so not using using up all the yarn. So this one's different, so I have the light there. Let's see if I can grip it. Okay, I clipped it in. Now pull and then pull. List how small you could throw away your yarn. Okay, so take it off. Okay, now clip the yarn. Get your needle, and this is fabric, so pinch it onto the fabric. and then get some placement needle and put it there. Get placement needle, put it there, and get a placement needle and put it there. Okay, so now we're gonna get the yarn. Okay, this one already has the needle is there. Okay, so the needle is here already ready for me to sew. So I'm gonna get a little bit of fabric and place the needle here. The demonstration of the needle, right? So we're gonna pull. Okay, no, we're gonna pull underneath because the design doesn't go on top. The knot doesn't go on top, it goes underneath. Pull, 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 don't pull too hard and leave it there. Now get your needle and pinch it there, okay, to hold it. Now we're gonna have to, because I'm lazy, I wanna finish this design. Okay, so here, place it there. Get some, that's the other way. My mom, I need to fix these. I got Gorilla Glue right there, Mocha Gorilla. I got some strong grill. I need to fix that. Let's go get it. Where did I leave it? Did my mom get it? I think she did. I found some in I gotta glue that stick, glue that handle. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the needle that's there. I have light here. Now remember how to make this on top. Now we're gonna try it, see if I can do it. Now, instead of going through the hole, we're gonna put it on top of the whole needle thread that has a split. Okay, some people have a way of getting the needle and going to. Now there's a technique of licking the needle, wet it a little bit. Okay, remove it, wet it a little bit without hurting yourself. Make sure there's no nothing there. So the needle, the yarn could like slide in. It helps it. There we go. Pull it through the needle. Pull, 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 pull. And now this is on top of the grid of the gap. Okay, so put it there. So place it. And then pull. Okay. If you're using one yarn, but I use two, so I'm gonna use two, okay? So that is it. Okay, there's another way of using it. To save more yarn, you could use it one. Let go of it, and that is your one hanging. Now you tie the end of one yarn, one string, and you tie it at the end. Okay. Now that's a different type of string. You hold it and you keep on it, but the only thing about this is saving yarn, it's saving string. But the only thing about it is that you gotta go back more because you gotta make the yarn the string strong because it could rip. So if you have it this long and using one string, you gotta go and go back like 4 times in order to be locked in place. Okay, but because I'm using two and I know I'm using two yarn, I'm wasting yarn. Okay, I'm gonna tie both of them at the end because this yarn, this string is not as strong compared to a sewing machine string. A sewing machine comes in like a little cone. Now those are strong and very, very expensive to purchase. Or cone strings with machinery cone strings. Now these are the ones that we use household. Now there's 2 ways of making them strong. It's the way I taught you just now, or the one with the let go string with one string hanging on to the sewing your needle. So I'm gonna put that here. We're gonna get this and we're gonna put it here. Okay, and leave it there. Okay, like that. So we're gonna do this here. Lift this up a little bit. Let me see how much battery I have. Okay, let me see what this is. Take this. Okay, that one's okay. So we're gonna go, and it's already in. Okay, so I don't have to do anymore. So all I have to do is be careful not to pick yourself. Okay, make sure it's still flat in the flattening area, so the material don't pop out. You know, this is a different type of sewing onto. I could do it to that top if I want to, but because that's a different type of sewing, that's a different way of doing it. Now this one only hides the yarn, okay? I mean the fabric yarn. This is what machinery does to your clothes, okay? This is going into real fashion sewing, okay? So now we're gonna put it here. We're gonna move this one, this needle placement, and because that one I don't need it to be flat, I just go in and sew. It don't have to be perfect, but it has to be secure enough that when you're able to tuck it in, it's tucked in and sewed in, tucked in. Okay. Now I go back. No, we're not gonna go back. We're gonna keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. I can fix that when I come back to the edge. So we go there and make sure you don't poke yourself. Remove. Okay, grab that. Okay, and remove this one. Be careful not to hurt yourself. Okay. Okay, so and remove. Do you guys see? I think you guys see, right? Okay. And in here. Okay. Like that. Okay, we're gonna remove the needle placements and we're gonna put them there. Okay, they're all removed. Okay, good. Now we're gonna get the needle and we're gonna put it here. Okay. Me and my mom worked. I was going to school and a long time ago. It's a long time. Okay, we're gonna hold that and we're gonna put that there. Okay. So it. Okay, so now it's in place. See? Now it's in place. Now we're gonna get this yarn and move it so it won't get in my way. Did I pull it down? And okay. We're gonna get this and put it back in here. Make sure you don't poke yourself with the needle and go there. Okay? Clip it. Now we're gonna go here. Does it look place? Yeah, it looks place. Okay, so there it is, your pocket. Okay? There's your pocket. So you could do a lot with this. With this, just this. Okay? And no. Because you can, but it requires a little bit of heavy duty. So we're gonna leave this here like this, okay? And if they say, "Oh, I want something in there. I want a cartoon in there. I want to do another cartoon." And I like the design, and some people will like this design, right? Just like that, it looks good. Some people like it, some won't. But because I like to freestyle a lot, graffiti on my designs of my work, I have a little bit of some type of experience on embroidery freelance. And then right now, we're just gonna leave this part here. Okay, for now. Just like that. It's not secure. It's not. Oh, are you? Apron. Okay. This is not gonna happen over one night. But I do have an idea. I could go in and put beads if I want. I can. I could go and put in beads. Okay. Beads is for more feminine, or it could be for guys too, depending how I'm placing the beads. Okay, and what kind of beads are they too, you know. Beads require a different type of structure. Oh. Going into beads is one by one sewing technique with beads. Because you see me sewing my jacket? Yes. And I'm thinking right now, should I cut it quick and come back? Let's see. I want to go back inside. So, outside because it's so dark already. And I should go inside and do another video and see if I want to finish doing the part. But before I go, and I feel lazy right now because I did this part. That happens when you're doing fashion, okay? So cut this here. We're going to tie it here, okay, because it's already placed. Because I have to go back and secure, and that requires time. So I might go off air. I'm going to go off live and come back later, okay? So we're going to get this string and put it here, okay? So that's there. So now, before we go back in there and before I go back with a design, you could come back and put another design on top if you want, like a heart on top of it. But that's going to cost, you're supposed to, before you put the pattern, you're supposed to freestyle whatever you want on top of this pattern and then do your placement of your square. If you ever want to place this onto the and you want to put more patterns on the same pattern, you have to do it when don't have the placement of the square. That is more detailing and that's more machinery. That doesn't have to do with overlapping. I mean, it doesn't have to do with overlap. Overlap is different. That's a different machinery. That's a different sewing machine. Overlap is a machinery that cuts while you're sewing, and that's my favorite machine. That machine is like freestyle cutting. Like if I want to cut the edges that has extra material that I don't need while I'm sewing and cutting, it requires a machine that's underneath that it cuts while it's sewing for you. So it's called overlap. It's an overlap machine. People see me, it's like a dangerous machine. It's not a dangerous machine if you know what you're doing with the machine. But it's a very, very protective machine, only that the machine cuts underneath the bottom and the machine is sewing while you're cutting. So it's a very special machine. They don't make them anymore. Sorry, but truly. They don't make them anymore, but those machineries, I used to learn from this machinery. They're my favorite machinery. People could get hurt with these machinery if they don't know what they're doing with that. Sewing machineries are very, 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 very dangerous. But because it had a safety procedure with me with my mother, and so be careful with those machineries. And this is how you hold your fabric. And when you're holding the fabric, you have to hold the fabric like this. And you gotta first, okay. Machinery fabric, machinery to sew with a machine fabric. It's called a sewing machine. There's ways of holding the fabric on a certain way to get the sewing, and then sometimes you gotta hold it this way to sew it, and then you gotta hold it with the safety pins, and there's ways of holding the fabric to push it and go in while you're cutting too. So there's a way of holding and using and maneuvering the fabric in order for you to move with not going this way or not going this way. The machinery is like this while you're moving the machinery while you're going straight. Okay, there's different ways of using the machinery. It's the placement of your hands, because if you're going like this and you're going like this, no, sometimes you're going to have to hold the fabric and go like this while you're sewing. You know, it's making the sign to sew. So you're going front and you're holding over here and you're holding hand here. It's hard to explain because I know how to use the machinery, and I used to help my mom. Um, I'm afraid to talk about all that because they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I put her into." No, I love learning. I love learning how to use the machinery when I was young. Cause see, many homes. And there's my scissors, so I go and put my scissors right there, secure. Okay, so it won't hurt anybody. Okay, like that. I'm gonna move it. So now I'm gonna move this design. I want to try it out. That's right. So take that out. Now this is a different type of fabric. Now there is scissors that they're really pointy. Okay, this could point out if it's really short, pointing through. Okay, they should make some. The manufacturer, they should put a safety plastic that goes into the scissors. They should make it for us because there's some that does have safety grip, and those are the machineries. They have a safety grip. They should do the scissors the same, a safety grip for the scissors, so when we put them in here there's a safety grip on it. But because this one is for me, I'm probably gonna make a safety grip for this, and I can if I want to. Now I could get one of these. Now going to detailing. Now this is a different way of using detailing fabric. Now we could go and put a scissor here, okay, overlapping, or maybe just here and here, okay, here to here, okay. Now I can make a square here, and then here, and do a little pull, just for this safety, for my safety, and pull and have a little pull, a little I hang a little pocket, a little hanger pocket, a yarn pocket that goes through the edges. I mean, it goes inside the socket. You pull it through a needle. It's a whole different technique. You can make a pocket and make a little pocket and make it like this, or these are just ideas, or have a scissor like this, overlap the pocket, make this a pocket here, close it, and sew it here, just like how I did here, and get some yarn, crochet some yarn, make the crochet yarn go in here. There's an opening gap here, and then we pull. It's just like a laundry bag. You tie and pull, and you have a little pocket for this to put it here in this pocket, and you pull and you secure it. Then this is already pocket in, okay, if you want. Pocket in. We could turn it the other way so it'll point at you, or point it this way, however. Just like that, okay. And then we have this one as a pocket, a little bag, just like that, just in case. And then we put it in here. Oh, the other way. And because this is a really thin one, okay, we're gonna use, because I like to secure, I like to be sure. Okay, that one's too thin, and this is thin. Okay, so these are ideal cartoon patterns because you can make them thicker, but this requires more material. So if you require material, it costs more. All right, more. So we could hold this and put here, just like that. Cut it here, and put this here on a 4 double fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you close it, put its little handle like a tassel, and this will be a double material, requires more material, and I am sure that the scissors won't come out. And let's just say with scissors are this and this here, like that. And this will be your scissor pocket, and put it in here. Okay, this is for cosmetology or anybody who's a cook or whatever. And you put it in there, and it's on his pocket, and it's secure, and you won't be hurt. Your scissors be secure. Your scissor won't hurt you. You could open it up, take out the scissors, and start cutting. Just you could carry your scissors on you. Okay, make sure you're not getting pointed. Now it's not pointing you, but I'm pretty sure because of the thickness of the material, it's gonna be secure in the pocket. It's gonna be on the edge, and it's laying on the side, and it's little toss-up. Let's do it. Okay. I have a scissor at home. Let's do another video of scissor holders, okay? But before we do that, we're gonna do a scissor holder. We use this for the scissor holder, okay? Before we do that, I have to finish the pattern on this. Why? Because there's a lot of space. Look. Okay. And I want to make a heart because I'm a girl. Or star. I'm a girl because I'll probably put star, right? Let's go detail. Why not? Why not? I want to do it. So we're going to put this here. Why not a star? So we're going to get here. Push this up so we can put this here. I know it's late. But let's do the pattern when we go in. I'll do another video if I'm not so tired. Okay, we're going to put that here. Put that there. Push that up. Get this out the way. Mario. Should we get Mario? Okay, we're going to get Mario. Mario. Piece of Mario. And then that one at the bottom. Okay, and Mickey Mouse and Mario. Minnie Mouse, we're going to get Hello Kitty. Okay. It's all up to you what you guys want to do. Like, it's up to you how you guys want to do your patterns, okay? But I'm supposed to fold my material, but because I'm getting pieces of fabric. Just give me a sec. Okay. Here is this fabric. Okay. This one. Okay. These are the coins of the Mario. This is from Walmart. And Walmart is closing, I heard. Please go support them so they won't close. Tell them, give them a thumb up and say, hey, we need you. Don't close on us. I heard they're going out of business, like 99 cents. So like they're going to close them down. And we need our Walmart. Okay. Let's cut that. Okay. Put it in the bag. Okay. Now we're going to open it. Okay. Now we're going to get this and open it here. Okay. Now we could use this as 1 and 1, but no. We're going to make it a double here, 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 here. I want to use Kitty, and I want to use her. I want to use her, and I want to use her. I want to use the coins, I want to use the coins. Okay, I know I shouldn't use Kitty, but because of Peaches, the cartoon Peaches, I'm going to use Hello Kitty. This is my idea, okay? That's why I got it. Okay, this one, and here's this, okay? Hello Kitty. Fuck Hello Kitty. He don't got a mouth. Excuse me. You don't. We're gonna cut this piece Okay, and we're gonna let's see, open this up, open this flap, and you only have to cut it. Just leave it like that. But we are gonna cut it because it's uneven. Okay, we're gonna have to cut it and open it, flatten it. This is before I go inside. Okay, we're gonna have to cut here. Okay, and that's my pattern for that. Okay, we're gonna close this. Okay, and it's that, and then there's this one. We put this away. We're gonna do a lot with this. Okay, we could do a lot of ideas. Really boring. It could be boring, but it all depends how you have imagination of doing your patterns. Now we're gonna put the Hello Kitty on top of here. Okay, there. Now to freelance a star or a heart, okay, it's not easy. Okay, and because I'm a girl, I'm gonna put a heart instead of a star. Because a star, I have to draw it out, and it requires more folding. Okay, it requires more detailing. It requires more time and precision and more time. The star could fold, and then fold here, and you could do it. Okay, it looked really badass. That is a really, really badass design. I like it. I like the design, and I will do it if I want to. But I'm gonna do a heart. Why not? Because it's easier for me right now. You fold it here because I'm lazy. We fold it here, okay? Because it's a star, okay? We're gonna have to use a star, a heart that goes like that. Okay? A heart that goes like that. Okay? So you fold this. Okay? That's a fabric right there. Okay? Now we're gonna go here. Okay? Now turn. Okay? Now grab it. Grab it. This is what I do. This is how I work. People draw it out with a pen and stuff like that, but because I know of a heart, there. And this fabric, I did it that way because I want to cut this off and save my fabric. Okay, we're going to cut this off. Keep cutting. Okay, this is trash. This is no good no more. Okay, so we're going to put it in my pocket. And this is good. Don't throw these. These are patterns. You could put it on your apron just like that. Okay, you can even put it on, if you want to go into do, you can put your pattern there and just sew it. And there's no pocket. Just sew it on there. Okay, and then you can put it here. And you can put it here. You can put this here. And you can put this here. I don't know. Where? Okay, there. Like that. And then you can put this all here and put it all over there. All over the shirt. All over, I mean, all over so I'm saving it. This is a pattern. Okay. And this is another pattern, another save pattern, and you save this too. You don't want to waste fabric. Okay, so we save it for another job or for another work pattern. So you put that there. Now there's my heart. Okay, so there's my heart, and this is how my heart looks. Ta-da, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. This is it. Okay, so these are my pockets. Okay, so before I go in, I want these pockets to be really, really stiffy. Okay, this one's thin with one fabric. Okay, I should have made it more thicker, but because I didn't want to waste fabric and I want my mini, I want like to do things with mini. We're gonna leave this strong and leave it both pattern on both sides. It makes it look thicker. It's thicker. This is one way if you want to save fabric, and here's another way. You put them together. Oh, the light came off, and you put them in the side here, like that. Did the light come off or did that? Let's see. Da, 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 da. Close. Oh yeah, cause let's go inside. And then this one's over here. This one's over here. The pocket's over here, and the other pocket is over here, of a heart. Okay, like that. Kitty, kitty, like that. And these are heart pockets. So you put these placements here, and you put this place it here, and you put this place it here. Okay, and then there. So now you have a pocket here, and now you have two pockets here. But you just leave a gap here and sew this and put it tight. And you sew here, here. You put this tight, and you sew here to here, and you have a pocket to put your hands in, to put your money in. It won't, gotta make sure it's stiff all the way to the top. Okay, enough to put your hand in there. And I'm measuring my hand. So here to here, here to here. So, excuse me, here to here, here to here. To enough to put your hand in, and there's a big old circle so your money won't fall out. Okay, or this will be your placement of it. Just one way, there's just one material and double material. Okay, so let me just put this away. We go back inside. Let me put this here. Okay, and this is the little socket pocket. This is one side. We go live right now. And remember, I still gotta sew this one here, so let me do that when I go in there, and then I go live. Okay, and let me see if I stay at it, because I don't know. And this is the yarn. Now I could do a lot with this. Now I could go and put Didi Styles, Diddy, and then Styles. Maybe here, Styles, Leyz. So then it's my apron. And so, or I could do embroidery on the heart, Didi Styles, and yarn on this white fabric. And this one, maybe something bright, Styles, a black one, yarn, Styles, spelling Styles, or gold, Styles, gold yarn, and put that there, Styles, and this one black, Styles with gold. Or you could put this one with gold and this one black with Styles on it, could vice versa. But because this is a color that is pink, I might put a color green just to put Styles so it could pop on this pink. Because it has an apple and it has green on it and it pops. So we put green and it pops with the green and make it the right pattern with this one. This one has green and yellow. So we could put red to make it pop with Didi Styles, and this one green with Styles. Okay, we could do a lot. Okay, so let me put that there. It's called a madame. And I have these beads. Okay, I have these beads. I'll show you these beads. These are special beads. Okay, special beads, because these beads, oh man, the special beads, they have a story to them. These are very special beads. Okay, these are really, really special beads. These beads, I have a story that my mom just gave me right now, that I had to wait until my sister sees that I have them. My mom said, oh, they look, she wanted me to throw them out, my mom. So let me get this and let me get this yarn. and put this here, and let me get this. Okay, fold it. Okay, fold it. Make sure it's like flaps, you know. That's what I do when I used to get in the salon, and you know, an apron and put it in. Okay, so there it goes. Okay, everything's put away. The scissors put away. Let's put the scissors in here. Before I go back in, put everything away. Okay, put it in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, if I do, let me see.